Hey Cam fam, welcome back and welcome to Keeping Up with Cam. If you're new here, thank you so much for tuning into our channel. If you're a returning subby, thank you so much for coming back. So today we have our Toddler Boy Hairstyle number 69. Today we're going to be doing a braided hairstyle. This is going to be made up of 3 different sections. It's not too difficult. You get the parting down packed and you'll be good to go. It is a bigger, like a medium-sized braids. They're not too small, not too big, and it's gonna be great. So let's get into it. I am working with his hair that was washed a little while ago, maybe a couple days prior, and I just kind of sectioned it off, and I was waiting to braid it. So it was pre-sectioned, but that's just because it was easier for me to like let it dry that way. So we're going in and we are parting his hair. I'm going to start in the middle of his hair and I'm going to go down to the left and down to the right. So I'm going to make a triangle in the back, and then I'm going to have 2 sections in the front. So as you can see here, I already started with that middle part that was loosely there. But if you look, you can see that it's not completely straight. It is a little slanted. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to fix that. Make sure that your part is centered so that you don't have like sections on each side that have maybe thicker braids or have more braids, because it's not actually half and half. So once I go in and I make that center line straight, I'm going to go down onto the left side of his head. So like you can see here, it is a triangle in the back, and then we have the 2 sections coming out on the side. So it's kind of like a fraction, and it's three thirds, if that makes sense. So I'm going in with my Shine and Jam, and I put that in, and I'm gonna go with my tail comb with the like special space at the front to help part the lines and get them just a little bit neater, and just clean everything up and make sure that it is looking proper. So you want to just keep going in and cleaning up the hair, cleaning up the parts as much as possible. So Cam does have like moving scalp. That's what people are calling it. I'm pretty sure there was a different term for it back in the day, but that's what we're going with now. So basically when you move his hair, move his scalp, the skin moves as well. So that just kind of makes it a little bit more difficult to really know where the line needs to be parted. So just make sure that you're pulling and moving the hair accordingly so that you can see that you have the right sections parted off, so that when it's braided it actually looks neat and it doesn't look wonky. So now I'm going in to the back section, the triangle that we have in the back, and I'm going to make a part. I want to have a braid coming down the middle. I don't want it to be a middle part, but I want a braid in the middle. So when you see that top section where you have the middle line stopping at the top of the triangle, you're going to use that as a starting point to make that braid that's going to go down the middle. As you do this, make sure that you're looking to the sections that you have on the left and the right and making sure that they're equal, so that when you braid it, you have enough hair on each side to make the style symmetrical. Again, we've gone in with the Shine and Jam. We're using that to clean up the parts. Just hold the parts steady to make sure that you have everything parted neatly and looking the way that we want it to look. So now I've gone into that middle section and I've separated it. I'm going to be using my Just For Me Curl Piece Defining Curl and Coil Cream. Absolutely love this stuff. It's my go-to. I use it with or without water, but honestly, it just reverts to have the best curls. This is the EBIN New York Braid Formula Super Hold. It's conditioning gel. I like this. I use this on the hair itself, not to part the hair, but like to braid it. So I go ahead and I put that on and I just smooth it in, kind of mold the sections if I need to, and it just helps the hair stay a little bit longer. I've been using this, well, 1, because it's a good product, but 2, because there's like a shortage of Shine and Jam where I live for some reason. I don't know if it's just my store or if it's Toronto in general, but I've been having to get resourceful. So I've been using different things, trying to find something new and see what works. You guys know I don't really like experimenting with products too much, but I kind of didn't have a choice. I didn't have a lot of shine and jam left, so I'm like, gotta add something in there to make this style work. So I will say it does work well. I don't really have any issues with it. I would just prefer to not have to use a different product than what I regularly use, but if you do want to try it, I definitely suggest it. It does give more of a hold than the shine and jam, I will say that. So if you do use it for like ponytails and stuff, it won't come out the next day like the shine and jam does. So this is the Camille Rose Honey Hydrate Leave-In. This is step 1 of their product line, but I only use this one. So I'm going in with this on the hair just to seal in the cream that we used before, because this is a protective style. We want to make sure that the hair is growing and retaining length and being healthy throughout the style. So if you're just braiding on dry hair, it's not going to do anything for their hair. It's actually really going to damage it. So make sure that you're using your products. Doesn't have to be the same ones that I use, but just make sure that you are putting product in the hair before you braid. So here you can see I'm doing this little molding trick. I put the Shine and Jam on. I put the EBIN New York gel on. I will say you gotta use quite a bit of gel when you're braiding like larger sections. I do not like to use a lot of product, but it will help the style stay longer and it doesn't hurt. So once I put that on, I go in with the rat tail end, or the silver end of the comb, and I just use that to flatten and lay the hair down, so as I braid, it's smooth and neat and it looks nice as I'm braiding the hair. So I'm going in and I'm braiding this braid down. I have the 2 in the middle and I'm going to have the 2 bigger ones on the side. I wanted to go with this braid sitting on the side so that the majority of the hair sits by itself to the left, and I'm going to do that with the other braid on the left, but I'm going to have the majority of the hair sit to the right. I didn't want it to be centered. I wanted it to just look a little bit different. Now you can go ahead and leave it centered. You don't have to do it the way that I'm doing it. I just wanted to try something else, so that's what I did, but it is totally up to you, and you can have the braids centered if you prefer. So now I'm going in and I'm just braiding the ends. Make sure that you are combing and brushing out the ends as you go, because you don't want it to be all knotted up and matted up and not the full length of their hair. So now I'm working in the front. See how quickly that's already worked up? We're on the second third of his hair already. So I'm going in and I'm sectioning this out. I'm going to have an L shaped in the front, and then I'm going to have the connecting of the L shaped in the middle, and then I'm going to have 3 just going straight down, coming from the side. Kind of weird to explain, but you'll see what I'm saying. I just wanted kind of just something that was easy to do, easy to put together. So I went with this design. So as you go along, just make sure you are sectioning them off so you know what parts you're working with as you go along. You don't want to get confused. You don't want to have to be like sectioning it off as you go. It makes it just a little bit harder. This way you already know what you're looking for and what you're trying to work with. Again, do not forget to clean up your parts. We want to have this style looking as neat as possible. We want it to last for as long as possible. So I am going in again with my tail comb and just cleaning that up. I try to make sure that you're keeping the part of the braid that's going down, make sure that it's actually straight and it's not on a slant. If you're going in the direction of their like hairline, it might actually come out a little bit slanted. I don't know if you see that there, but I do go in and I do fix it up and make it straight. So starting this braid, we're going from the middle of the hair and we're coming out to the front of the face, kind of framing the face with the braid. It's not going to stay on the face at all. We're not like leaving it dangling. It is going to connect. So it looks like a 7. As you can see, I'm getting to the edge of the hair and then I'm going to just connect it into the part of the braid that's going down. And then just going to be one smooth braid all the way down. All right, so now we're going to go in and do the second braid. This is going to be like a backward 7. It's just going to mirror the first braid that we did, a little bit smaller in size. The braids, we're going to try and keep them around the same size themselves, but just like the length of the braid because it is being done inside the first braid. So again, we're going in with our Shine and Jam to make the part neat. And then once you're done doing that, you're going to add the EBIN New York gel to the hair, or whatever gel that you're using, and then you're going to go in with the end of the comb just to flatten and smooth it out before you start braiding, just to give the braid a neater and nicer look. I'm going to separate it from the front, and I'm just going to braid it all the way down. Just make sure you're taking your time when you're connecting the horizontal portion of the braid to the vertical part of the braid. We want to make sure that it's a smooth transition on that corner there. It doesn't look like it's off to one side and it doesn't look loose. We want it to connect properly. So if you have to go over it again or take an extra moment with it, be sure to do that. You just want to make sure that it does look neat in the style when you complete it. You don't see it here, but I did take a bit of the gel and I added it into the braid as I'm braiding down, braiding the ends of the hair. It's just the way the ends of his hair is, with like his curl pattern. It's a little bit thicker at his end, so I like to just make sure that I'm putting that on the ends of his hair and I'm working it through as I'm braiding. It just helps to let it last longer. So now I'm going in and I'm going to be doing the 3 braids that are just going straight down. They're just vertical braids, 3 vertical braids. You want to make sure that you parted them equally inside of the 7 and the backward 7. And then they're just going to go down like normal. They're going to be a little bit smaller in size compared to the big braids, but that is just the look that we're going with. And it's fine. So it's just going to be 3 braids, super quick. And then you're going to be done 2/3 of the style already. If you guys aren't already, please head over to Instagram and TikTok and give us a follow. We have the same handle on both platforms. It is at Keeping Up with Cam. On our TikToks, we do like to put little tutorials and little sneak peeks of the styles that we're working on. So if you have any specific video that you're looking for, specific thing that you're looking for, let me know either in the comments or in our DMs on Instagram, and I can definitely whip that up for you. Someone had asked me about how to hold their hands when they're twisting or how to twist properly, so I did a little twist video. It's easier to just put out a quick minute or 2 video for those specific techniques than trying to isolate in a video with a hairstyle like this. So we have different things that we do on our different platforms. So please check us out if you have not already, and also share us with your friends and family because they want to know these great styles too. Don't keep it all to yourself. The more the merrier. So as we said, keeping up with Cam on Instagram and on TikTok. So this is where I would usually say, once you're done on this side, just copy it onto the next side because that's what we usually do, right? Yeah, wrong. So once I finished this style, I realized I didn't really like how it was framing his face. It just didn't suit him properly. So I went back in and I've actually changed up the part. So as you can see here, I have this one vertical piece going down because I've split that larger 7 into 2. And then I'm going to have the back of the 7s, both of them, making one braid. and then those two pieces are going to go into that one braid and come down. So as you can see, I've really just split up the top two braids. The first one gets split into half and it's going to be an individual vertical by itself, and then we're going to have the two braids going to meet into one, and this is what it looks like. This is our final product, the second final product. This is what I kind of preferred a little bit more. I hope you guys enjoyed this style. If you didn't see how I switched it up, just go back and pause it and you'll be able to understand how I made these into the 3 braids instead of the 2 braids. Hope you enjoyed this style. Hope you guys tried it out. Let us know if you actually preferred the original version or if you tried out the alternate version, or if you just had 2 different styles that you can now do for your little ones. Don't forget to thumbs up this video if you like it. Hit us up in the comment section down below and subscribe if you have not already. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok and let your friends and family know. And most importantly, come back for the next one. We'll see you then. Bye.